So in this video we're going to get straight into it. I've chosen Cyclops and Colossus as my heroes. Colossus is going to be a defender role and Cyclops is going to be the commander role. This is new for this expansion. So you get to take and upgrade each round for that specific thing. If you use it, they're normally 0 cost. If you use them, then they go out of the game. Gonna be doing the first episode, which includes Robert Kelly. As you see here on the comic, you can see he says, the mutant menace is clear and present danger to these United States. Magneto and his brotherhood have already attacked several mutants registration sites, and that is why I support the Sentinel program. So he's trying to get rid of the mutants. And then the people back at X-Men headquarters there are all saying, like, you've got Wolverine there saying, I'd like to show this Joker just how dangerous I am. And then in the background, I think that's meant to be Cyclops. Oh no, it's not. Cyclops is there. It must be Colossus. Easy, comrade. We must be showing him humans and mutants can live together. And then obviously over here you've got our enemy for this level, which is Sabretooth. And he's saying, hey meatbag, the Brotherhood is here for you. And then that says, that maniac is going to kill him. Hurry, X-Men, you must rescue Senator Kelly. So even though he's being horrendous towards the X-Men, we've got to rescue him. And he's part of this setup for this campaign. I printed this off because I don't like writing in my rule book. I'm going to keep that off to the side. And I've already set up the stuff, but basically you add in Robert Kelly as a card and a side scheme to start with, which has 5 threat per hero on it. And if he dies, it's game over. And when Sabretooth does any kind of level 1 stuff, he gets to attack Robert Kelly, who only has 9 health. If your main scheme over here has more than 6 threat on it, it does 3 damage to Robert Kelly. Robert Kelly I have over here with his side scheme, so I need to get rid of that 10 threat because I've got the heroes. This starts with 0 on the main scheme. I've put that out incorrectly for the main scheme. And then we will have Piotr, Rasputin, and Cyclops. So let's get this one to the gameplay. So I've set up all the decks, I've shuffled everything ready to go. We're going to have Cyclops going first, and we've got Colossus going second. Both of these characters have got 6 cards, so I want to see what we get for doing the decks. And then for the setup for Rasputin, you put in a copy of the organic steel and add it to your hand. So I need to go through this and then reshuffle them to find that organic steel card, because that helps you get shield up and using the armor, basically get toughness and stuff. Steel, not steel fist, it's organic steel. So I need to get that ready as well. So you have to have this at the start of every round in your hand. So we start with that anyway, and then these give you extra tough tokens. You can put 2 steel counters on it, which you use the multi-purpose tokens for. And then basically if you discard from Colossus a tough token, you can spend this to put a tough status back. So it's quite a good card to have in hand. So you'll end up with them 2 if you play it out. So you'll have that to start with, plus his other 5 cards, which is a nice starting hand size for someone with 14 health. And then Scott's got 10 health. So that's most of the setup. The Robert Kelly cannot be healed by player or card effects, and cannot have upgrades attached. When defeated the side scheme there, the first player gets Robert Kelly from the side scheme and takes control of him and advances to a different side scheme here. This is all about attacking Robert Kelly on Sabretooth's first turn. So we basically need to get rid of this 10 threat as soon as possible. Hopefully we'll get some cards that'll help us at the start to do that, but we may not. So we've got Shadow and Steel, we've got Professor X, we've got Armor Up, we've got Steel Fist, and we've got Nightcrawler for Colossus. And then for Scott Summers, our Cyclops deck, you may include X-Men allies from any aspect in your deck, which is cool. I haven't built this deck, I've gone with the pre-con one because it's really good. And you can search your deck for a tactic upgrade and add it to your hand on his alter ego side. So I may do that. Search your deck, add it to your hand. Then when you do that, you can reshuffle your deck, which is cool. So tactic upgrades are good with Scott. So he'll get 6 cards to start with, which are Utopia, Beast, Effective Leadership. Oh, I've got 2 of them, nice. Blindfolded, the Blindfold, which is Ruth Aldine, and she's quite cool. After she enters play, you can look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck, discard one of them, and put the rest back in the same order. So it's quite good to see what's coming up next and how much damage you're looking at and stuff. Try and look ahead. But she only has 2 thwart, which is what we need to get rid of the threat. And she doesn't have any attack, but Beast has 2 thwart, but he's 1 more expensive. After you enters play, though, you can search your deck and discard pile for a resource card and add it to your hand. So he's quite good. You can try and get one of these effective leadership things out. These, when you spend them to play an ally, your ally gets +1 thwart and +1 attack until the end of the phase. So that might be really useful to use them to try and get Blindfold out and then see what's coming up on the deck. We can also, when we flip to a Colossus side, we get a thingy with him. We get a tough status card just for flipping. Professor X looks good. When he enters play, you choose 1, confuse the villain, stun a minion, or ready an X-Men character. At the end of the round, if he's still in play, you discard him. So ideally, he's quite good, but he'll only do 3 thwart for us. Nightcrawler, whereas might be able to get 4. When an X-Men character would take any amount of damage from an enemy attack, you can spend electric resource, the science one, no, not science, the lightning-y kind of resource, to return Nightcrawler to your hand and prevent all that damage. So he's quite cool to have. So we could spend that organic steel card to get him back in hand. But that's the only lightning card we've got to start with. Some of these upgrades for him are quite good. Steel Fist event. Attack, deal 5 damage to an enemy. You may discard a tough status card from your hero to stun and confuse the enemy. So that would stop him doing a lot of stuff. And then that would be quite handy for stopping him attacking Robert Kelly. So I'm thinking Nightcrawler is a good one to keep. I might burn Professor X. And I'm going to move this over here so we've got a discard pile for him as well. I haven't got one for Scott Summers either, which I'll have to move in a second and sort out that so it goes above or something. So I'm thinking of getting rid of these 2 cards for when the villain activates, change your hero form. That's quite a good card, let's see, the 0 cost one. Steel and Shadow is Colossus and Shadow card. I don't have both of those, so they can go into discard. I want to keep Steel Fist. I want to try and get Nightcrawler out maybe to help me with thwarting. I want to get some of the cards. Maid of Rage. When you make a basic attack, discard a tough status card from your hero, get +6 for that attack. And it gets overkill, so that's really good. And Bulletproof Protection. Discard a tough status card from your hero. Choose either give your hero 2 tough status cards or ready your hero. So there's 0 costs, that's great. This Maid of Rage could also be used to get Nightcrawler back in hand maybe, if he's going to take any damage. But maybe not, maybe it's good for attacking. And then for Scott Summers, we need to get thwart out. She's got 2 health. Beast's got 3 health, so Beast could end up doing 6 thwart if we can get him out. And we can shuffle, look in our deck for a resource card and add it to hand. So that might be quite good. So we should keep these to pay for him maybe. Utopia's good as well. It says if each of your allies has the X-Men trait, increase your ally limit by 1. After an X-Men ally enters play, exhaust Utopia and ready an X-Men character. So that might help us to ready some characters and get more thwarting done. So ideally we'd be able to get all of them out in one go, but we're not going to be able to. Because 2 cost and 4 cost, I don't think it's going to happen unless we get help from Rasputin, who needs to get a 3 cost Nightcrawler out and hopefully keep some of his better cards. So we've got quite a bit of stuff to do. I don't think we need Blindfolded. Game Time is the upgrade we added for... Oh no, it's not. It's basic. Choose an ally with a training upgrade attached. Ready that ally and heal 1 damage from it. So if you can upgrade your ally, you'll get to ready them again and heal them for 1 damage, which is really good. I'm not sure if we need 2 of these resource cards, because when we get Beast out, we could search for a resource card anyway and get it back in our hand. So I'm going to put them over here into the discard. And and then I'm gonna have Rasputin's peeled trees one over here, so we can have his exhaust up there as well, out the way, kind of, to give us a bit more space to play with. So we've got 4 cards we're keeping for Scott Summers. We're going to take 2 extra then for our thing. Teamwork is when you use a basic thwart or basic attack, exhaust an ally you control and add the ally's matching power to the hero. So that could save you taking consequential damage, keeping your ally alive for longer. Tactical Brilliance, remove 3 threat from a scheme. Choose a tactic card in your discard pile and add it to your hand. So that's good. We need to get rid of threat. That's our main aim this round, really. So starting with Scott Summers, we can search our deck for a tactic upgrade and add it to our hand. So we're going to look in the deck for tactic upgrades and see what we can get. This tactic upgrade is attached to an enemy. Max for 1 enemy. It's temporary. The attached enemy gets -1 attack. With 2 attack with Sabretooth, that might not be too bad, but attached to a minion, each one ally takes 1 consequential damage less for attacking the minion. Tactic upgrade, this one for 1 cost. Attached to an enemy, max for 1 temporary. Increase the amount of damage attached enemy takes from each attack by 1. Then you've got that same tactic upgrade there. I think there's good upgrades for allies. If we can get one of those, that would be good. This is an event, not an upgrade. Title. Angel, who's actually quite a good ally to get out if you can, but not for thwarting, it doesn't look like. Dust, tactic hero upgrade. When you use your basic thwart or basic attack, exhaust an ally you control. So we've already got one of those, but it's an event, so we can't have that. Upgrade, I need upgrade for tactic. Attach the minion, upgrade tactic, temporary. When attached to an enemy, defeated the player, defeated, draw 2 cards. So that could be good if we get any minions out. We haven't got any at the minute. Thinking I just need to take 1 for using for paying for stuff. So we're technically getting 7 cards in a way. Upgrade, tactic, attached to enemy, max. Yeah, I'm just going to take 1 of them. It's most probably going to be a cost, and I'm going to have to reshuffle his deck because I'm taking them, and these will go back in as well. Get shuffled after we search the deck. So Scott's quite good for not running through his deck. If you need to, you can flip back to his alter ego side and then get a nice search and shuffle. Because if it doesn't say, then normally you shuffle once you've searched your decks and discard, you shuffle them back together. That's the general theme anyway. So that saves him from going overboard. And we don't want to use... We've used his power. No one's got a thing attached, so we can't use his power anyway, which is to attack. Spending 1 resource of any type, you deal 3 damage to the enemy if there's an upgrade attached, but obviously he's got no upgrade attached to him at all yet. May do soon, but not the case at the minute. Flipping to Colossus, you can have an extra tough status card, so Colossus can have 2. And when you change this form, you give him a tough status card. So if you flip him back and forward, you'll get toughness onto Colossus. So he's most probably the best one to defend Robert Kelly if we can get him on his turn. Colossus unfortunately has 1 thwart, which is pretty terrible. We're most probably not going to be able to get all of the thwart done in this whole round, but we might be able to get quite a bit done. Especially because we've got this 2 tactical brilliance cost card, and I want to get Beast up. I don't think I'm going to be able to get Utopia, sadly, which is unfortunate because at the start of a game it's quite handy to have for the rest of the game. You can ready your X-Men characters when you play for an ally, but I don't think I can afford it this round. I need to pay Utopia, effective leadership, these teamwork cards, and potentially this game to do the Beast upgrade and get Beast into play, because Beast has got quite good skills and tactics. I'm going to move this around a little bit, make it easier for me to fit it on the screen. Beast can then do 2 thwart, and he's got, after he enters play, I can search my deck and discard pile for a resource card and add it to my hand. Well, I'm going to just search the discard pile because I want this resource back. Or maybe not, actually. A resource card could be the double strength and stuff, so I'm trying to find myself a double. There we go, that'll do. I'll have a double strength. That means I can keep. I should have been able to keep one of the cards that I just spent, but I'll keep the upgrade that I got with a 0 cost, and I'll use the double resource card. which will pay for this removal of 3 threat from a scheme. Choose a tactic card in your discard pile and add it to your hand. Now I haven't got a tactic card in my discard pile because I just had to reshuffle, so unfortunately I can't do that. I'm going to have to just get rid of the 3 threat from there. That gets rid of 3. Then we've got 2 threat for what I can do with Cyclops. So that knocks it down to 5, which is quite a good start. I can't really get a lot done with much else. I can get Beast to take 2 more off. He'll take 1 consequential damage, but I think it's worth it just to get this down to 3. Then we're on to 3 threat from this, which was 10 at the start of the round. And we've got some stuff we can do. So ideally for this, for Colossus, we would like to get this organic steel card out because it's really good at getting toughness back on him. And we want to get Nightcrawler out. So we've got 4 other cards which are also quite good, but we need to pay 5. We could use the card of Cyclops here, which we've not spent, to help us get all 5 of these things done. That would get Nightcrawler out, and then we could use Rasputin, or Colossus as he's known, to get our whole thing done and get the card over for Robert Kelly. Defense on Cyclops is only 2, but if he defends, then it doesn't. Robert Kelly won't get attacked if we can get these out. So it's a lot of cards to spend, and they're quite good cards like this. Attack for extra 6 attack. It's really good. But for now, we need to do that to keep the level and try and do the start of the level, what we're trying to do. So I'm going to pay all 4 of those cards, plus the one of Cyclops, for the 5 costs for both of these things, so that we can get Nightcrawler out for us, and then also the upgrade for the steel, organic steel. So when we get attacked, I can defend with Colossus still, but when he loses the toughness, I can spend that to get the toughness back, which will save us from taking loads of damage, hopefully. And it will mean Colossus's turns will be a little bit weaker. So if I take 1 threat off for that and 2 off for that, giving 1 consequential damage to Nightcrawler, then he's now only got 1 health left. So I want to try and draw him back to hand if I can. And then I've got all of that threat done. Now this side scheme is now done. It says the first player detaches Robert Kelly from this scheme and takes control of him. So he comes over here to buy Cyclops. So I'm going to stick him with Cyclops. And he's still got full health. So the first player detaches him from the scheme and takes control of him. Advance the main scheme to 2A. Flip this card and place it next to the main scheme. So this card goes next to the main scheme, which goes from this, wherever it was, to 2A. It says, when revealed, deal each player a face-down encounter card. Great. Wonderful. 2B is on the other side, which is not anywhere near where we are now. So that goes there. And this one says, Robert Kelly cannot be healed by a player card effect and cannot have upgrades attached. After your hero defends against an attack from player 2, spend 2 resources of any type. Ready your hero. Only the player who controls Robert Kelly can trigger this ability. So I can spend 2 resources to ready my hero if I defend with them. So that's quite good. So I can defend 2 damage with Cyclops and then save Robert Kelly. Or I can just do Cyclops, Colossus even defends, and then get his stuff back. So here's my next set of cards. Cyclops takes 5 cards on this side, and Colossus only takes 4. So it's useful to flip back and forward with Colossus to get his extra hand size up and to get more tough status cards for free. We've got an upgrade for increasing the amount of damage enemies take by 1. Temporary, that will only last 1 round. Dust hero, when Dust attacks a minion, she attacks each minion in play. Dust takes 1 consequential damage after this. So if there's loads of minions, she can take them out for 1 damage each. So she'd be brilliant against Ultron or someone like that with loads of little 1-cost minions. This adds 1 thought, 1 attack, and 1 hit point to allies, which is really good. Tactical Brilliance. It removes 3 threat from a scheme. Again, that sounds quite good. And then we've got Game Time, which is choose an ally with a training upgrade attached, ready that ally, and heal 1 damage. So if we can get this attached to the ally, we can also heal them and ready them. So Beast can do 2 things this round, maybe. So that's going to be good for next round. Rasputin, sadly, only going to get 4 cards in his hand. He's got double energy, a double genius, and a defense. Oh my god. When you spend this card to play a defense event, draw 1 card. So if we play that to do any defensive abilities, it would give us an extra card. Maid of Rage, when you make a basic attack, discard a tough status card from your hero, get +6 for that attack. So that's the card we had before, which is nice. So nice to have one of them back, but we've only got 4 cards and 3 of them are resource cost cards. So they can maybe pay for stuff for Cyclops. So that's where playing two-handed comes in quite nice. So you've got 5 resources there that can help pay for this stuff over here, and we're not wasting them just on one hero who can't use it all in one go, thankfully. And then we can get rid of a tough status card and attack with Colossus maybe next round if we want to. Then potentially flip to other side, but then let's see what we've got coming out here. We should have both got a face down encounter card from before. When revealed, each face down encounter card, and then I'm assuming it goes to 2B because there's no counter here for the other stuff. The 2B, it says when completed, defeat Robert Kelly. If Robert Kelly leaves play, the players lose the game. So the main scheme here is a 9 per player, and if it gets to 18, then you are ruined. But you need to defeat now Sabretooth, I think, and not let this get to 18 threat with the 2 characters we're playing. So as you can see, it's 9 per player, and you get 1 extra per hero per round. So this will go up by 2 every round, and start on 0. Now we need to take out Sabretooth basically, but we've also got an extra encounter card here for the encounter card phase. So the force response is for after Sabretooth activates against you, discard the top card of the encounter deck. Heal damage from Sabretooth equal to the number of boost icons. So he's about to activate. So after he activates against you, which is now, he's going to do that. That's 2. He would heal 2, but he hasn't had any damage yet. So wrong place for the discard pile. I don't know what I'm doing there. So he's down by nothing. So he doesn't heal anything because we've not attacked him yet. We've not been able to. He'll then do 2 through a scheme onto the main scheme over here, knocking it to 2, giving us 16 left. And then we're of course going to get an attack each. So he will attack first Cyclops, who has Robert Kelly with him. If I don't defend, then Robert Kelly is going to take damage. So I'm going to defend with Cyclops for 2. He's taking 2 plus 1, so 3 damage, knocking me to 9. But obviously Robert Kelly then doesn't die. If I want to, I can spend 2 resources now to get Cyclops to restand. So I could spend 2 resources from Rasputin and Colossus's deck, because I've got stuff I want to do with Cyclops next round, and these aren't going to do me loads of good. So unfortunately this Phoenix double is going into discard, so I can restand Cyclops ready for next round. I'm going to be tacked by Colossus again for onto Colossus, by Sabretooth. He's getting 3 damage. Have a tough status card that can go. Spend 1 of these resources to get it back. That's why that card is brilliant, because I take no damage. And then we both get an encounter card each, so we've got 1 already. So we'll deal with this first. Sabretooth strikes, treachery. When revealed, deal 1 damage to Robert Kelly. You may exhaust your hero to prevent this. I'm not too bothered. He's got 9 health. He can take a damage. I'm not upset by that. That's fine. Then Cyclops will get... I think I need to deal with this one maybe first, because it's already here. Side scheme. There's 3 threat on this, and it gives an extra boost to cards. So when the player who defeated this scheme shuffles each shapeshifter card from the encounter discard pile into their deck. So that's a really weird one that I've not seen before, quite new. So any shapeshifter cards from the encounter deck get shuffled into your deck. So I want to try and defeat that quickly and get rid of the 3 thwart from that. If I can upgrade Beast next round, I can most really do that. We're also getting in our regular encounter cards. Beast has Adamantium Claws. It says attach to Sabretooth. Sabretooth's attacks gain piercing. I can spend a electric, science, and aggression resource to discard this card. Boost it. It's not on a boost, so we just Sabretooth's attacks get piercing. So we have to attach this to him. I can get rid of it maybe with 3 cards if I wish, but it's gonna not be too bad, hopefully. But over the next few rounds, I don't really want him having that ideally. And then we've got our one for Colossus. We've got another side scheme. It says Magneto assembled the Brotherhood of Mutants to enact his plan for mutant dominance. Hinder 2 per player. When revealed, place 2 threat here. So there's 3 threat. Hinder means that when a card with Hinder on is revealed, you place X threat on that card. So there's 2 per player Hinder. When revealed, you put 2 threat on there per player, and therefore also the 3. So this is going to come out with 7 as well. So we've got 2 side schemes there that have just come along and really not helped us out at all. Now, I don't know how many cards in the discard pile have got shapeshifter stuff on them at the minute, but I don't like the look of them. We want to get rid of all of these, really, because the 3 threat with the shapeshifter sounds like it's going to do stuff to us later as they come out, and the extra encounter card is really horrendous, and we can't afford to do everything, so we need to really try and figure out something we can do. But anyway, first player will now flip to Colossus, who still has a toughness on him. I don't want to spend that card to get Nightcrawler back into my hand because I don't have a lot to... I could get him out again with these cards, which means I wouldn't have resources to help Cyclops with stuff, but I could then keep this 0 cost card to do damage. Or I'd have to spend that actually to get him back. So I'm gonna maybe do that. When they're gonna take damage though, there's no point doing it now. So I can't actually get him back yet because he's not taking damage right now. And if I do use Nightcrawler now, he's gonna die. So that's not ideal. I wanted one of the upgrades which is let you use an ally and then ready that ally and heal damage from it. So I could potentially give Beast these cards now for nothing. Not yet. I need to add the training upgrade onto him. So I spend this to play a defense card. No, that's to a maximum enemy temporary increase the amount of damage. I can't actually damage them at the minute. I don't feel like I can get dust out either, which is a shame. But she doesn't do a lot of thwarts, sadly. The main people are going to be, obviously I'm going to have to do Cyclops, his thwart. Beast is going to have to thwart. Maybe Nightcrawler if I get desperate. He may have to die though, which isn't nice, but not what I want. I'm only going to get maybe 6 or 7 thwart out. 7's enough to get rid of the extra encounter card, but not enough to do the other stuff. If I can get dust out, she could do 1, but it's not going to help enough. So I feel like I need to get rid of Nightcrawler to take 2, 3. He's going to go into discard. 3. Oh, knock that. 4, 5. And then 6, 7 off Cyclops to get rid of this because it looks horrendous. I do not want 2 encounter cards per round, it's really not nice. So that can go. It says each Brotherhood mutant minion gains quick strike as well, so when you get minions out they just start smashing you. That's really not what we need. I'd like to be able to do an attack of some sort as well to try and start doing damage to him, but he does heal damage as well. if I spend 1 cost for this defensive cost thing we have over here to do this upgrade onto Beast, I give him +1 thwart. Oh, actually, I should have done it the other way around. I should have kept him, would have got an extra thwart. That wouldn't have been enough. Wouldn't have been enough anyway. So he'll get +1 thwart on attack for this round, which then would have meant Colossus wouldn't have had to have been used. So I should have done that before. Let's just pretend I did do that, because otherwise this is going to get nasty. I can then use maybe Colossus to attack for 6 extra damage onto Sabretooth, try and start taking him out. I could try and get this attack thing onto him so he takes an extra damage. But I can't do a lot of damage this round. So I can ready the ally for 0 cost. Choose an ally, ready that ally and heal 1 damage. So I'll ready the ally, get 1 damage healed. I will not be able to get dust out, I don't think, but I've got this card that can, if I use the double genius from over here, I can play Tactical Brilliance of this card to get rid of 3 threat, which will get rid of this side scheme, which is quite nice. That's really worked out well. And then we've got 2 cards that can do here to get rid of dust, to mean that he's taking 1 extra damage this round temporarily for now. But we've also restored Beast, and we can do a free extra 6 damage for 0 cost. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the toughness off, but I'm going to spend that to get the toughness back. Discards that as well. Gets me a toughness back. I do a regular attack for 2 + 6, doing 8 damage to the main guy, knocking him down to 5. This has actually been a really good round. I'm very happy with how it's actually turned out and the amount of things we've managed to do. I could have spent 2 resources as well to do 3 damage, but I didn't have the actual chance there. But now he's got a thing attached. We could do, and then Beast's going to get an extra attack, so he'll do, oh yeah, it should have been 9 because he's got the 1 extra damage attached. Beast is doing 1 extra damage, so 3 damage +1 for the card we've just attached. So that knocks him down to 0 for 4 damage. Beast will take an extra consequential, so that knocks Beast down to 2 health, and he's only got 3 health himself. But that's killed off the first round of Sabretooth. Oh, knocked the camera, that's never good. Stay still. Then we've got part 2. He comes in with toughness. It says after Sabretooth activates, you discard the top card of his encounter, heal for the damage equal to the number of things there. So that's quite good. We need to still defeat him. He's still got an extra damage, and he's doing extra scheming now as well. So he's going to come in with a toughness. So we want to hit him with someone who's quite weak. And he also does his other stuff. I don't want to put it in the way too much. That is temporary things gone anyway. You can have his toughness here. He refreshes to 15 health. So his second form is in 15 health. Now we've got him on the ropes is what we really want to do. He's not going to be able to recover any health now for this start of his turn. Colossus can restand. Beast can restand with his extra card, which you can't seem to get underneath his card. There we go. We can restand. We need to draw back to our cards. Now, I'm with Colossus, and we've got a lot of threat that we could have there. So I'm going to flip Colossus back before the end of round to his other side, because he'll get 6 cards this round. Cyclops is alright, he gets 5, it's not too bad. I could choose to flip Cyclops as well at the same time to get 6 and ensure we're getting good cards. So that's normally a good thing to do. Cyclops has only lost 1 health, he doesn't need to heal, but I might as well flip him over now. I can flip him back at the start of next turn. So these guys are both going to get 6 cards each. So we've got Protective Training, which gives, if you give it to an X-Men ally, they have max 1 training upgrade per ally, they get 3 extra hit points. So I can't give that to Beast, sadly, because he's already got a training upgrade. Bait and Switch, you do, the villain attacks you, remove 4 threat from the main scheme. Strength, a double strength is nice. Bait and Switch again, I've got 2 of those. 0 cost, after you thwart, remove 3 threat from among schemes in play. Confusing an enemy, remove this card from the game and the campaign pool. So this is Defender. It's from one of his status kind of things at the start of the game. I can't remember what it's called. I've got another bait and switch. That's not ideal, not what I wanted. Nothing expensive to pay for him. Hopefully Cyclops will give me some stuff I can pay for, like allies or other stuff. Robert Kelly can come over here for a minute just to get any action. We've got Field Commander, which is an upgrade. You take the first turn during the player phase. When your turn is on, play proceeds in player order, starting with the first player. You do not take another turn. Each Cyclops upgrade attached to a minion loses temporary keyword. So if I'd have attached that card to Sabretooth, it wouldn't work, but to minions it would not be temporary. You could keep them attached for a long time. Teamwork, when you use your basic thwart or basic attack, exhaust an ally and add that to your thing. So that's really good. So that won't give consequential damage to beast. It'll increase our attack or thwart ability. Attach to max one per enemy. Temporary, increase the damage to take by 1 from each attack. Blindfold come up again. We've got an upgrade for attached to minion to reduce consequential damage taken by 1, and then teamwork. So it might be a good idea for us to get blindfold out, try and just get hair for thwarting and have beast for attacking, and hopefully I'll be able to get another card to heal him so he doesn't die next turn. But we're on to now our turn for Rasputin. If we're not going to get attacked because it's a scheme, so he's going to do his regular 1, 2 round, knocking that to 4. His scheme is when he starts, you get to do his card for healing. So he would have healed for 3 extra, but he hasn't had a heal. He's done his regular scheme at the start of his turn. He would then get this added to his scheme, so 1 onto his 2, so 3, knocking us up to 8. So there's 5, take away 1, 8. And then he'd scheme again for Cyclops' turn, so he will do 2 plus attach this card to a minion and give it a tough status card. There's no minion, so I can't actually do that, and it does not say get surge if this is not possible. As you can see, it's really light. So here it just says attach to a minion and then give it a tough status card, but there's no minions in play, so I cannot do that. Oh, I was just thinking about this. I didn't look for any shapeshifter cards, but there wasn't many out before this, and none of them are shapeshifter cards, so we got lucky there. I think that these didn't come out later on. I think we've had a really nice draw of cards, actually. It's gone really well, thankfully. But that would have been an extra 1 on the scheme as well, so another 3, taking us to 11. So let's get another 5 up there and take these 2 1s away, so we've got 11 on there now. So we definitely now risked what we can on the thwart and scheme and stuff. We need to get some of that gone, but we can get blindfold in and she can start just thwarting every round, and then that should keep things to a minimum, hopefully. And then he's going to give us an account card each, of course. So Avalanche Minion comes into play. On his attack, it says after he attacks, you exhaust the character you control. So he's in play over here versus Colossus. And then we've got 1 for Cyclops. Attachment, attach to a minion and give it a tough status card. Otherwise, this card gains surge. Attach minion gets +5 hit points. Oh god. So he gets a toughness. He's already 5 damage, and now he can take 1 hit and 5 extra damage. So he's got 10 health. He does quite a bit of attack as well. He attacks for 3. So I need to kill off Sabretooth before he kills me off, basically. Which isn't looking great because I haven't got a lot of stuff I can do to sort that out. And first player goes over here. We've got Scott Summers now in alter ego form, which I do not want. I'll flip him over. I've got a lot of cards over here that I can't really use. So I'm going to spend this double resource to get Cyclops to do his ability. Oh no, it's 1 resource I need to spend. So I might as well spend one of these bait and switches. Oh, knocked aside. Knocked my new box. So I'll pay that 1 cost to get him to do a 3 cost attack I can't add any. I can add damage actually. So wait there. I'll add this onto him so that he gets more damage. And I need to take that back. I need to try and get his tough status card gone off him, and hit him for a short amount of damage for 1 cost damage or very minimal damage. Whether it's worth getting Beast to die or if it's worth doing something else, I'm not sure. Might be worth just getting get Colossus back into Colossus hero form. He'll get another tough status card because he's flipped back over. He's got 2. So I need to try and get him to attack and get rid of his toughness, do damage to him. I'm wondering if I can get rid of his extra attack card. Attaches to an X-Men ally training upgrade, he gets +3 hit points, but I haven't got any allies that can put it onto. So there's no point keeping that. So that's a science and a thingy, and if I can get a 1 fist, I can maybe just do that. Yeah, so I'm going to take these 3 cards, spend them 2 off here and 1 off there to get rid of his extra attack. Then he's doing less damage to me when he attacks this round because I'm going to be in this form. I'm going to get, it doesn't really matter who, Beast's most really going to die. He'll be gone. Well, he'll do more attack actually. So Colossus is going to attack for 2. Getting the toughness gone. Doesn't really matter too much about that. I want blindfold in play soon, so I'm going to try and attach this with a teamwork card when you use a basic thwart power or basic attack. Exhaust an ally I control. Oh no, so Beast needs to stay in. Oh my god, I'm being stupid. I forgot about this card. So I want to add one of these and I want to add that. So the 2 strength I'm going to pay to get him 1 extra damage per hit this round. Teamwork card for nothing. To exhaust him, Beast, to, he's got 1 extra hit point as well, so he should have 4, so he's not going to die anyway. So exhaust him to add his 3 damage to an attack by Cyclops that will now do 4 damage plus the 1, so knocking him for 5 damage to 10. That should take a nice 5 off him. Then I want to try and get her into play. I've already exhausted the allies to do that. I'm not going to be able to get this in, so that's 2 costs for blindfold and then 1 off Rasputin. I'm not going to thwart at the minute. I'm going to keep all of this in my deck so I don't have to remove it from the game pool. But I'll do that to get blindfold into play here for Cyclops. So I need to have a bit of space, so you need to move out the way, Robert Kelly. You're just annoying. Blindfold is into play. She's gonna come in for nothing. After she enters play, you can look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck and discard one of those cards and put the rest back in the same order. So it's Mutant Terrorists, Animal Ferocity, Medical Emergency, Pyro, the Minion, and the Treachery Assault card. So, end of this round, he's going to attack us for something. He'll get to heal for 1, which will give you 2 boost on that. If I boost the card safety, I don't want to attach that to him. So I want to keep that as his heal value, so he heals 2. I then can use this as his boost. I know, still boost it. I don't want him to get that, so we'll take that out. He won't get the boost onto him. I'm thinking I don't want to add any ferocity to him and give him any extra stuff, so he's got more things. I didn't spend the 3. Didn't spend my 2 before to do. That's what I was going to do. Spend these 2 before, wasn't I, to do the extra damage to him before I got rid of the card. Yeah, so that should have done an extra 4 damage. He should be down to 6. Just getting used to the characters. So for this round, I'm allowing myself to make some mistakes. Should have had him down to 6. This I'm going to take away. These are put back in order, so they should be back in the same order they were before. Oh, I dropped one on the floor. That's not ideal. Oh, I've got it. So they go back in the same order. I know he's going to heal for 2, attack for 2 plus 2. Then he's going to attack again for 4 again. Then he'll get, this will come out in our schemes, it looks like. So we can deal with that though. We've got toughness on some characters and we've got some good powers and good defense. We shouldn't be too badly done because we've got quite a lot of health. Blindfolds come in. She's going to do 2 thwart. So you can't see this because I put that card there, but that needs to go back into there now because it's done. That'll knock us down to 9. So should be a nice easy half now for this. Sorry, bit of a sneeze. Then we've got not a lot left to do. We will get these refreshed. We've got to get him down health a bit next round, but we're not far off. We've got Colossus back in hero form. We've got Cyclops in hero form. So we're going to get 5 cards for Cyclops, which is effective leadership resource card. When you spend it, you get the allies get +1 to 1/+1 attack at the end of the round. Utopia. So when they enter, play Utopia, ready an X-Men character. Group Assault, which is his commander ability I took this round. Until the end of the phase, prevent all consequential damage each ally would take from an attack. Remove the card and the from the game and the campaign pool. Double Genius card, and we've got a Phoenix card. Nice. So wouldn't mind getting Phoenix in. She could do some good damage. When she enters play, you get to choose a Cyclops card in your discard pile and add it back to your hand. So the double resource there is going to pay for Phoenix, and plus this, which will give her extra attack next round. So we're nicely set up to kill him off. And then we've also got 4 cards to come out for Colossus. Polaris, who's after she enters play, give an X-Men character a tough status card. Nice. Piotri's Studio, where you discard from cards from your deck until you find a Colossus card and you add that to your hand. Nice. We've got Shadowcat as well. She ignores guard and crisis and patrol keywords, and so she's really good. And she does 2 damage, 2 thwart. And then you've got Steel Fist, which costs 2, but you deal 5 damage to an enemy. You may discard a tough status card from your hero and stun and confuse that enemy. So we're looking at 5 damage. We're looking at killing him next round. Pretty much guaranteed, unless he does something ridiculous right now, which is always possible in this game. So Cyclops is on hero form, so we get 2 threat onto the main scheme, taking it to 11 to knock that off. Again, back to 5, 11. Then we've got an attack coming into Cyclops, as we already know, for 2 damage. On top of the 2, so 4 damage overall. We didn't heal, so we should have done heal first. 2 heal. Yeah, so he's going up to... Oh no, wrong way. He's going to 8 health. Then we get to attack Cyclops for 4. I'm going to take the damage on the chin because he's hard as nails. No one smashes Cyclops' glasses. And then he's going to attack Colossus for again another +2, so 4, but he's got tough status card, so you can't hit Colossus. Anyway, he's got toughness on him, and then he's going to get attacked by the minion here, Avalanche, who does 3 attack. But it says after Avalanche attacks you, exhaust the character you control. So I could exhaust Colossus if I want to. It's not going to do too much. I'm going to end up doing this attack anyway from the card, so I don't really need him for his regular attack, and I can get some heroes out. So I'll just exhaust Colossus, and he's attacking me for 3, but I've got another tough status, so he's not doing any damage. And then I've been exhausted, but we've still got enough to do what we need to do. I think I could have exhausted Blindfold if I wanted to, but I don't want to feel like I'm cheating the system. Next one, Treachery. If in hero form, the villain attacks you. So he attacks Cyclops for 2 damage plus 1, which is 3. Didn't kill him, thank God. I should have defended that really, but I didn't think ahead. And then 1 for Colossus. I need to stop hitting this camera, it's right in my way. Which is Blob Minion. He's got guard, and that means that he will be the one who gets attacked, I think. And it says after Blob attacks and damages a character, you stun that character. So he's going to be quite annoying if I don't manage to kill off Sabretooth right now. I'm just going to look up the rule for guard. So on the guard cards, I cannot attack the hero if there's someone who's got guard on, unless the villain even, has got guard on as well. So I need to kill the Blob before I can kill Sabretooth. So that's quite annoying. I haven't got anyone that does 1 damage. I can maybe get someone in, like, they've all got 2 damage actually. Choose cycle card, discard pile at the hand. I can, Phoenix can do maybe 3. So they haven't got any attachment added to them. So I need to kill the Bob for 6, and I need to get 8 damage off him as well, which is quite annoying. I cannot attach anything to the minions. I haven't got any cards to do that now, but I did have earlier, which is a shame. So we're going to have to get these people in to help us. We've got Beast blindfold already. So I can only have 1 more with Cyclops, but I can have 3 with Colossus. So he's got 2 here. I think we need to do that and try and get all of these allies in to help us. He's already exhausted, so he can't actually attack, apart from this Steel Fist. If we can get Polaris, Shadowcat, and Phoenix in, we've got that 6 damage straight away, and then we just need to not die ourselves this round. This can give, if I spend this to get Phoenix in, she'll get an extra 1 attack for this round. Cyclops also does 1 attack, so he can do 3 and try and get somewhere. I'm trying to think what I can do for getting steel. So let's get Phoenix in first anyway. She's going to get in for, she's one of Cyclops' cards, so she's going in for 3. So that's his full roster of characters. Beast also has an extra attack, so she could do 3 attack now, and Beast can do 3 attack, and he's got 1 extra health left. Oh, she should have had 1 consequential before, and Beast should have an extra one now. That would kill off him. He's now dead. Now we can attack Sabretooth. So is it worth trying to... I can't attack him with Cyclops' ability because there's no attached stuff. I don't really want to get attacked again for 4 over here. If we get Polaris in, I can give a tough status card back to Colossus. I don't think I can do a lot otherwise. So I need to get them in, really. At the end of the damage, they wouldn't take consequential, but it doesn't matter too much. Cyclops will only do 1 damage, which is pathetic. So he might as well do something else. Kind of think. Here, actually, I can attack with this for 5, and then I can get 1, and if I get someone else in, I can kill the main guy actually. So if I get, it doesn't really matter who I get in actually. If I need 3, I need 5. I can't actually do that. How annoying. I can get 5 damage on him, and then maybe I have to just wait till the next round. Keep Polaris. After Paladin's pick, you extra character tough status card. I'm sure there's a way of getting me Piotr's Studio will get him an extra card, but it won't be enough unless I get a double. So if I can try and get that in, and Polaris with, I have to do Shadowcat, that to get him in, and then I'm going to end up spending my Steel Fist to get the Studio in. So Polaris will come in anyway. Let's get her in and get tough status back onto Colossus. Phoenix should have got a consequential damage, and she enters play. I didn't choose a Cyclops card in my discard pile. Yeah, that's what I needed. Oh my god. So that'll give me the 1 extra to do the damage here, which is what I need to kill him. So the Cyclops cards, doesn't really matter which one I get as long as it's a Cyclops card. That's going to come into my hand, but I'm going to spend it for 1, 2, and 2 to do that damage, so the 5 damage. Discard the toughness to get him stunned and confused if I want to. So I might as well, just for a bit of fun at the end, stun and confuse him, 5 damage, knocking him to 3. Polaris will do 2. Cyclops will do 1, knocking him to 0, so he is dead. Now, that was quite a long-winded way of doing it, but seemed like a lot of fun. I think that could have been a lot worse if the cards had come out differently. I think I just got really lucky. Hope you enjoyed that one. I'm going to open the book and see what the story says, so I'll take that down now. So we actually missed out putting the Frightened Police side scheme into play. It only has 3 scheme on it per play, and once you've defeated it, it actually helps you out. It gives you removing a threat or doing a damage per round. So it didn't add a lot. It didn't do too much to ruin the game. But next time I know that they got to go into the deck, but I didn't realise at the start. But that wasn't a big game changer, I don't think. Although it might have meant a bit more scheme control instead of attacking. Might have extended the length of that round and that game. And then it says victory if the Frightened Police has been defeated, recording a campaign log. Of course, we didn't do that properly, so we haven't done it. And then remove each future past card in the victory display from the campaign. Add each future past card found in the encounter deck, discard pile, and in play to the campaign log. And then remove each role upgrade that began the game in play from the campaign. So the role upgrades that I used have got to come out. I didn't realise that. I thought they'd stay in the deck for the future. So I didn't use them when I had them, which is a shame because I thought they were going to last. So those boosts would have helped me as well. So I feel in the general scheme of things, we haven't done too badly to ruin that. So, successful campaign. Therefore, we're on to the next scenario, which we will play through next time. Because we didn't get the extra bonuses and use them as well, because we thought they'd stay in, I'm going to take this as being done. So, you may not do that when you play, but that's how I'm going to do it for this one. Because I feel like we would have done that with the extra powers we would have had from the cards that we both saw both of them, and it would have helped us a lot, but I thought they'd get removed completely from the campaign, which now they are doing, so I can't actually use them again, which is a shame. So we'll be on to the next scenario in the next video. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Thanks for watching this one. I look forward to playing part 2.